guys. Okay, let's get into this question. Now, remember, guys, we're going to have to number each of these. So I'm going to go let y is equal to x plus 3. See, Tatum is done. I'm going to make this equation 1. And then I'm going to go y is equal to negative 2x minus 9, dot, 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 equation 2. And then I'm going to decide to substitute equation 1 into equation 2. Okay. So my new equation is going to look like, I'm going to replace this y that we have over here with this x plus 3. I'm going to replace it with x plus 3. So my equation is going to read x plus 3 is equal to negative 2x minus 9. And then I can solve for x. And that's the easy part. That's the nice part. My negative 2x is going to go over and become positive. And my positive 3x is going to go over and become negative. So I'm going to end up with x plus 2x is equal to negative 9 minus 3. This is 3x is equal to negative 12. Divide by 3 on both sides. Therefore, x is equal to negative 4. I'm loving the energy of everybody getting the right answers in the chat. You guys are whole geniuses. I love it. And then we have to solve for y. So y is equal to, I'm going to substitute into formula 1 because it's the easiest. Hello, Kay. Okay, it's the easiest. So I'm going to go negative 4 plus 3. And that means therefore y is equal to negative 1. And that gives me the coordinate. Remember, these are coordinates, guys. Negative 4 and negative 1. And this tells me that this straight line, when it's drawn like this, and this straight line, when it's drawn like that, they cross each other right there in the middle. They cross each other at the point negative 4 and negative 1. Okay, because remember, guys, this is a straight line equation, and that's a straight line equation. Okay, Zanagucha said, ma'am, do we have a brain break today? It depends. How well are we going to understand the mathematics today? Will the maths be mathing enough for us to have a brain break? Okay, it'll depend on time. Okay, it'll definitely depend on the time. Okay, we're at lesson 6 of 8. So if you're kind of lost as to what's happening, it's because we've already had 6 lessons. And I have to stop there because the phone is ringing. I'm going to give you guys a chance to solve for number 1. Solve for number 1. You can use either the substitution or the elimination method. Go for it. I'm going to mute myself and answer the phone. Okay. Oh, it stopped ringing. Thank goodness. I'm afraid of people, guys. Okay, everybody's got 3 minutes to solve for this one. Remember the steps, guys. Do not forget to tell me what your equation 1 is, what your equation 2 is. Go for it. Okay. Yoratil is like, ma'am, I think we had homework. Okay, Yoratil is such a snitch. A whole snitch. Hi, Rita. It's not an issue, my sweetie. It's wonderful that you actually went and watched the lesson before joining us. I commend you. I love that. Thank you so much for joining us today. Nganati says x is equal to negative 1 if I'm correct. Something is missing. You've only given me 1 answer. I need 2. We're solving for 2 things simultaneously. I remember Michael knows we were debating which one is better. And I'm going to prove to you guys today that one is better than the other. We're going to have a whole fight today. We're going to have a whole fight today. People are not going to like me very much. David did substitution. Okay. Good. Yes, Brayden, I'm more than happy to do that so we can see how it works. All right, I think that's enough time, guys. All right, let y is equal to 3x plus 2 be equation 1, and we're going to let y equals to 2x plus 1 be equation 2. All right, so I'm going to take equation 1. I'm going to substitute equation 1 into equation 2. So this y, I'm going to replace this y with 3x plus 2. So my new equation will read 3x plus 2 is equal to 2x plus 1. If we solve for x, my 2x will go over to that side and my 2 will come over to the side. So I'll end up with 3x minus 2x is equal to 1 minus 2. Therefore, x is equal to -1. So if you got -1 for y, wow, well done. You did an amazing job. Then I still need to solve for y. I'm going to sub y into equation 2. That's the easier one for me. Y is equal to 2 multiplied by -1 plus 1. This is the same as y is equal to -2 plus 1. Therefore, my y is equal to -1. Tabo says, why is it minus, ma'am? Because we had 1 minus 2. What is 1 minus 2? Tabo, -1. Okay, well done, David. Yay, I think Hasna got it right as well. Many of you did. Makaronolo, have a look at your y value again, just one more time. Katlao, well done. Moresi, well done. You guys are doing an amazing job. Rita's like, you got the same question on Monday. Yes, I wanted to test to see if you guys can actually do it still. All right, now Brayden is asking us, ma'am, can we please do elimination? Absolutely. Here's what I'm going to do, Brayden. I'm going to rename them the same thing. Okay, we're not going to do substitution, we're going to eliminate. Yeah, let's eliminate that for now and eliminate that. All right, we're going to use elimination. I'm going to do the exact same thing, but here's what I'm going to do, Brayden. I'm going to write them one underneath the other over here. So I'm going to have y is equal to 3x plus 2. That's number 1. And y is equal to 2x plus 1. And this is number 2. And then my instruction is going to say equation 1 minus equation 2. So I'm going to minus this one. All right, let me write it. I'm going to write it up a little bit further down, okay? Because I need the section to like, okay, take this part away. Okay, now we can do this. We can go y minus y is going to give us 0, which is equal to 3x minus 2x, guys, will give me 1x or just x. And 2 minus 1 will give me +1. Now, this is all I have to solve for. What I have left here is x plus 1 is equal to 0. And then I can just take the 1 over to the other side. Therefore, x is equal to -1. Okay. Does that make sense, Brayden? I hope that made sense. And then from here, I can just solve for y. Y is equal to 2 multiplied by -1 plus 1. Therefore, y is equal to -1. All right. For those of you who are wondering, how would we use elimination? This is what elimination would look like. All right. But I can guarantee you now, let's have a look at question 3. Mulisa, you legend, you. I always knew you were going to pass. I knew you were going to pass. I just knew it. Well done. I always knew you were going to do great. Well done. Very, very well done. Okay, let's try for number 2, everyone. Now, here's the problem I'm going to have. Before we even start with number 2, let me move this one over to the side. Okay, before we even start with number 2, we would have gotten the same answer, Brayden. Okay, try it. You'll see your answer is still going to be 1, y is equal to -1. Okay? Give it a try. Okay, so can I ask, let's take a poll, guys. For this method over here, for number 2 over here, which method do you guys want to use? Do we want to use substitution? Do we want to use elimination? What is it going to be? Sure. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of sub. Okay. I'm going to recommend that we use elimination. I'll show you guys why. Okay. Let me show you guys why. All right. If I say this, let 7x plus 3y is equal to 13 be equation 1. Or if I say, and then I say 3x minus 7y is equal to 17, and this is equation 2, right? The only way, guys, I'm going to be able to substitute into a y is if I have y as the subject of the formula. So let's just say, for interest sake, that we're going to take this second one, this first one, and we're going to make y the subject of the formula. So I'm going to take 7x over to this side of the equation. I'm going to end up with 3y is equal to 7x minus, oh, I'm lying, 13 minus 7x. 13 minus 7x. There are so many equal signs. I know there are equal signs everywhere. Okay, now I want y on its own. How do I get y on its own, guys? What will I have to do to get y on its own over here? We're going to have to divide. That's it, We're going to divide by 3. And I would divide here by 3 because what I do on the left, I also need to do on the right. Okay, these will cancel. So what I'll actually have here is y is equal to 13 over 3 minus 7 over 3x. And now if I want to substitute, I have to go substitute equation 1 into equation 2. You guys can tell me if this is easier or not. Tell me if this is easier. Now, everywhere I see y in my second equation, I'm going to replace it with that. So my second equation is going to look like this. 3x minus 7, 13 over 3 minus 7 over 3, x is equal to 17. Solve for x. Do you guys see how much more complicated substituting is? If we had to substitute this thing, Hafna's like, nah, never mind. I'll use elimination. Yeah. Okay. It gets very tricky, guys, very quickly. All right. But let's try it. Mirila's like sub for life. I'm subbing. Okay. Right. Let's try it with elimination. Now I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do here for elimination. This is what we're going to do. I want both of these equations to look the same. Remember, when we eliminate, what are we actually doing, guys? When we eliminate, we are subtracting, right? We want to subtract. At the moment, if I subtract 7x minus 3x, this is going to give me 4x. But if I subtract here, this is going to give me 10y. That's not going to help me. I need one of them to disappear. So what I want you guys to do for me while I answer the phone is I want you guys to take this whole section, multiply by 3, multiply by 3, multiply by 3. Give me an answer in the chat. Give me an answer in the chat. If I multiply all of those by 3, what do I get? So this is my instruction. Take equation 1 and multiply it by 3. It's not that important, I promise. I promise. Okay, I actually do. Braden is asking, why do we need to multiply by 3? It's going to make sense in just a second. Don't worry, Braden. Don't worry. It's going to make sense. Thanks, everyone, for your answers. So now I've got 21x plus 9y is equal to 39. Good. Braden, it's going to make sense. Okay, now what I want you to do for me, guys, is I want you to take the second equation, take equation 2, and I want you to multiply it by 7. So I want you to go this one times 7, times 7, times 7. Pop your answer in the chat for me. Pop your answer in the chat for me. When you're ready. It's like, we're multiplying the y. It's not the y. I'll tell you that now. We'll see in just a second. Do it quickly and then we'll get to the answer. Okay, Inganati's given us an answer in the chat. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Reta and Liabona. Okay, good. Now my second one is going to be 21. Oh, wrong color. Okay, 21x minus, don't forget, guys, this is a minus over here, hey? So it must be minus 49y is equal to 119. Sishe, you did something correct, except there's a minus missing somewhere. There's a minus missing, so you're almost there. All right, now, okay, I want you guys to notice something. Let's go back. Yeah, yes, well, you can't multiply the variables, you have to multiply the numbers. Okay, I will, Posife, don't worry. Okay, let's go back to the question that Braden made us do. Do you see, guys, that when Braden made us minus over here, we made sure that y and y had the same coefficient, because y minus y gives us 0. Now let's go back down here. I have 21x minus 21x. What is 21x minus 21x going to give me? It's going to give me 0. Good. Okay. So there's a bit of method to my madness. Okay. Do you guys now understand why I multiplied this part by 7 or by 3, and I multiplied this part by 7? Okay. Because I wanted one of the variables to cancel. I want one of them to minus from the other. Hence the name, thank you, Teacher Cat. Hence the name elimination. We want to eliminate one of them. Right, now I can easily write, I'm going to rename this one. I'm going to call this one equation 3, and I'm going to call this one equation 4. All right, and then my next step is going to be equation 3 minus equation 4. And then we can just do a minus here. Do a minus. Okay. 21x minus 21x is 0. Right. And then I'm going to get positive 9y minus negative 49. What's going to happen to those two minuses? A minus and a minus are going to give me a, what are they going to give me? It's not going to be, we're not going to be minusing anymore. We're going to be plusing. That's it, Kioratile. That's it. We're going to plus. So I'm actually going to have 9y plus 49y, which should give me 58y. Okay. And this is equal to 39 minus 119. 39 minus 119 will give me negative 80. Okay. Now look at where we are, guys. What are we solving for? What are we solving for? What are we solving for? That's it. We're solving for y, because that's the only thing left. So I want you guys to solve for y for me. Give me an answer in the chat. All right. You're very welcome. I got you guys to the answer, by the way. Yes, Zanagushe.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, my sweetie.
Ma'am, may I please ask,
Yes.
that red line, why is there negative next to the sum?
Okay, because remember our sum says, or our instruction says, we're taking equation 3 minus equation 4, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
technically, when I put this negative over here, I mean that this whole thing, that whole thing is being minused from, we're minusing this one from that one. Okay, does that make sense?
And then
Just putting the minus there to show you that I'm taking the top one and minusing the bottom one.
okay, ma'am.
That
And
makes
then,
sense.
ma'am, yes, ma'am, it does. And then, ma'am, somewhere by the 49y and the 9y, you said we're minusing, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Okay, remember, this whole thing is actually being minused, right? So let's do a bit of quick maths. Let's do a bit of quick maths before we do what we need to do, right? I'm minusing this whole thing. If I minus, Zanabuhle, I'm going to have a negative times this positive over here is going to make this negative 21x, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And then a negative times a negative is going to make this negative over here
a positive. Oh.
Good. It's going to make it a positive. And then this negative and that positive over there is going to make this a negative. Right. Now let's look at what our sum looks like. I've got 21x minus 21x gave us 0. You see that?
0.
Now,
yes,
over here, I have 9y plus 49y, which gave me 58y.
58.
Do you see where I got that from?
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome, my sweetie. Excellent stuff. All right, that was a very good question, by the way, Zanabuhle. Thank you, my sweetie. Michael says, how many marks is it for this type of method? Normally 4 or 5. I think in grade 10, it's about 5. But the older you get, it gets a little bit more complicated. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to divide both sides by 58. 58. Okay, we can leave it as a fraction, guys. We're going to leave it as a fraction. So I'm going to leave it as y is equal to negative 80 over 58, or I'm going to leave it as y is equal to negative 40 over 29. That's where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to make it a 1 comma or a 5 comma something like that. Okay, guys, it's not that deep, I promise. And it's not about the marks. Get the method right. Okay. All right. Now I found y. All right. What else do I still need to do, guys? What do I still need to do? I found y. Courtney, yes. We still need to find x. Thank you, Hasna. We still need to find x. Oh, Zamanzini, I'm not sure if I'm glitching. Everybody else seems to hear me okay. Teacher Kat, can you unmute and let me know? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. You're not glitching on our side.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. I think maybe Zamanzini's bandwidth might be playing there. Okay. All right. Now we found y. We still need to go find x. Now what we can do, guys, is we can choose either equation 1 or equation 2. It's going to get messy. Lisedi says, where did we get 29? I divided the top by 2 and I divided the bottom by 2. That's where I got it. Oh, maybe my camera is glitching. Teacher Kat, can you tell?
No. And if you're glitching on anyone's side, it's their connection. On my side, you look fine.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing okay. All right. Zanagutle, do you want to give us the answer for x?
No, ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Ma'am, were you divided by 2? Why are we dividing by 2, ma'am?
To simplify it. Okay. If I gave you the sum 12 over 4, or yeah, 12 over 4, can I still simplify this? Or let's make this, hold on, 12 over 9. Can I still simplify this? Is there a number that can go into 12 and into 9?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
3.
Good. So I would divide by 3 and I would divide by 3.
Oh,
So I'm simplifying, and this would be 4 over 3, like we do with all fractions.
Okay, thank you,
So
ma'am.
to simplify this, I just divide by 2. Okay, excellent.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome, my sweetie. All right, so that's why I'm dividing by 2 on the top and on the bottom to simplify, because that's what we do with fractions, guys. All right, then I'm going to take equation 1, guys. I'm going to take equation 1, this one over here, the one up top over here, and I'm going to replace my y value with -40/9. So it's going to look messy. It's fine, guys. We're going to get there. 3x, 7x. Why am I saying 3x? 7x plus 3 multiplied by -40/29 is equal to 13. And now we have to solve for x, guys. Okay. So 7x is going to equal to 13 minus this whole thing over here, which is actually going to become plus. Please just pop it into your calculator. I can tell you now, therefore, by the time we get to the end here, our x answer will be equal to -120/29. Okay, it's going to look very messy. Okay, so I want you guys, Braden says, ma'am, how did 119 become negative? Because we are minusing, Braden. Basically what I did, as I said, 39 minus 119, and that's how we got -80. Okay, because I'm minusing. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Hello, Issa just joined us now. Hi, Issa, no worries that you're a bit late. It's okay. Okay, we're going to do elimination again, guys. Don't stress. That's it, Braden. Yes, and then you just do the sum as it looks. You can do that. All right. Okay, give me a number on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, I do not like elimination. I hate it. I don't understand it. And then 10 being, I know what I'm doing and I can get it if they give me another one. Makaronola says 5. I seen a 10. Somebody said -1 million. Who's this person? Muresi, I'm sorry. 7, 5, 8, 5. Buitumelo's at a 1. That's okay. For those of you who are at a 5, it's fine. I know, Melissa, substitution is so nice, but sometimes substitution isn't that friendly to us. Okay. Marilla's like 10 out of 10, but I will refrain from using it. That's okay, guys. We're going to do another example. Ma'am, must we always sub 1 into 2? No, you can do it the other way, Mbali. You can sub 2 into 1. It's fine. And yes, Zanugushe, you're right. It depends on the sum. I'm going to explain again because we're going to do another example. Okay. And I've completely deleted the other example. Okay, I'm going to find us another example that we can do. Okay, because actually this one over here, this fire question is actually very easy. It looks difficult because there's a lot going on, but the fire question is very easy. Rita, which part do you want to take a screenshot of? This part here. Somebody's saying, is there any steps I could take to make this easy and short? Unfortunately, no. Teacher Kat's like, I don't trust the fire.
I knows you too well.
Actually, Courtney, I think your answer is correct and mine is wrong. Okay, because I'm now realizing this would have become 13 plus 120/29, and then we add those two and then divide by 7. So I feel like your answer is a lot more right than mine is. Okay, Uyanda, what's up? Hi, Uyanda. Sure. Okay, Uyanda. Hello. Oh, all right. Uyanda, your sound is acting a bit funny. Sure. Okay. Uyanda, once you've sorted your sound out, can I ask you to put your hand up again, my sweetie? But at the moment, it's acting a little funky. Okay, so I can't hear you at all, my sweetie. Machawanolo, what's up?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you please explain on how to get X again? I don't get the step.
Okay, all right. So we're going to do this part over here. All right. So do you see how I've got? Oh no, I need to.
Unmute now, teacher.
Can you please take us back to when you were explaining how we should?
Unmute now, teacher Coco. Thank you. There
Okay,
we
guys,
go.
that wasn't just me, right? That was freaky. It wasn't just on my life. Okay, all right. Okay, so Machawanola says, can you please explain how we got X again? That's perfectly fine, my sweetie. All right, what I'm going to do first, Machawanola, is I'm going to multiply this out. Okay, this fraction. So I'm going to end up with 7x minus 120 over 29. And how I got that is I just went 3 multiplied by -40. Okay, and all of this is equal to 13. Right, now I want X on its own, so I'm going to take this -120 over 29 to the other side. So I'm going to have 7x is equal to 13 plus 120 over 29. Because if it's negative on this side, when I take it over to the other side, it will become positive. Right. Now, if I add these two things, they're going to be very ugly. And I didn't even bother doing it because I thought I had the right answer before. So I didn't actually do it. I need somebody to just pop it into their calculator quickly. 7x is equal to? Anybody got an answer for me? I need you to just pop into your calculator 13 plus 120 over 29. Okay, I'm getting two different answers. Busiswe says 133 over 29. I'm getting a 71 over 29. I'm getting a 497 over 29. 492 over 29. 497. Okay, good. I think I'm going to go with 497 over 29. That sounds a bit more believable, right? And then to isolate that, I need to divide by 7. So I need to divide this whole thing by 7 to get rid of that, to get X. Okay, therefore, X is going to equal to, if I take this whole thing, that 497 divided by 29, and I divide it by 7, guys, what am I going to get? How much is that going to give me? $71 over 29. Okay, this is the final answer for X. Okay, Braden's like, how? Punch it into your calculator, my dude. Punch it into your calculator. Okay, don't labor it too much. Okay. Excellent, Ayanda. I'm glad. If you do have any more questions, please, I need you to just pop them in the chat for me. Okay, just so we don't have a fight on this. Okay, I want to give you guys one more example. I'm going to give it to you at the end of the lesson. One more example to go and test with. Okay. Or to go and practice, not to test with. Wow, yo, guys, my English is not Englishing. Machawala is like, I changed my understanding from 5 to 11. Okay, it's fine, guys. It's not, my English is not Englishing, guys. It's not my mother tongue. It's not my mother tongue. Okay. It's not giving. It's not giving. Okay. Hasna, what we just did, that's elimination. Okay, that's elimination. We just did elimination, where we canceled one over the other. All right. All right, guys. Okay. We have one more thing we need to get through before we can go there. I'm going to give you guys one more example to do for elimination before we go. But for now, I need you guys to try this. Okay. Literal equations, guys, is us solving for something, okay, without, there's like no easy answer. There's no answer that goes, therefore, x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 2. Okay. Everybody's like, fire. Yes. Zanugute, yes, you can, after you've kind of got your idea behind it. Okay, there's no easy answer for this. We're not going to get an easy answer. Okay. So what we need to do here, guys, is we need to notice that everything that we actually do has something to do with inverse operations. Now, let's solve for this question. It's pretty easy. If I said to you guys, 2x plus 1 is equal to 7. Okay, what is the first thing we would do? What's the first thing you guys do? What's the first thing we do here? Good, Mirula says we minus 1, right? So, or we can say we're going to take the plus 1 over to the equal sign and it'll become minus 1. So I will end up with 2x is equal to 7 minus 1, which is 6, right? Yes, Zamanzini, that's it. We transpose 1. And then how do I get rid of that 2? How do I get rid of the 2? Don't jump, guys. Trust me. Don't jump straight to the answer. How did I get rid of the 2? I divided by 2. And what I do on the left-hand side, I have to do on the right-hand side as well. Right? Divide by 2. Therefore, x is equal to 3. You guys are on point. You're not wrong. X is equal to 3. This is an easy question. Now, here's the thing. We just did inverse operations. There was a plus, we made it a minus. There was a multiply, we made it a divide. So now I say to you guys, I want you guys to make n the subject of the formula. That means at the end of the question, I want you guys to do some work. And at the end, I want you guys to go, therefore, n is equal to something. That's what I want. I want my answer to be n is equal to something. Now, it's not going to be as easy as us going 7 minus 1 and then 6 divided by 2. It's not going to look that easy. Now, let's think about this. When I had 3x, okay, when I had 3x, I divided by 3 to get rid of the 3 so that I could put x on its own. Now over here, guys, I want n on its own. So how can I get rid of this RT that's multiplied by it? Kate, you are a rock star. You are a whole rock star. We're going to divide by RT. We're going to divide both side by RT. And what I do on the right-hand side, I'm going to do on the left-hand side as well. RT. Therefore, these two are going to cancel. Therefore, n is going to equal to PV over RT. Do you guys see how I still have n as my answer? It's just that over here, it's not a nice, easy looking answer. It's not like, therefore, n is equal to 5, or therefore, n is equal to minus a half. It's nothing that nice. It still has all the R's and the T's and the V's and it all has all of those things still. But I have solved for n. Okay, so that's what we're going to be trying to do when we look at literal equations. Okay, let's look at this one over here, this first one over here. I want to make x the subject of the formula. Solve for x. What's the first thing I'm going to do? Anybody got any ideas? Put your hand up if you need to. Tell me what's the first thing we're going to do. Anyone? And I can already tell Mirula's made it all the way to the answer. We're not going to be able to find x and y. We want x to be the subject of the formula. Good. We're going to transpose. But what are we transposing? What are we taking to the other side of the equal sign? What are we taking to the other side of the equal sign? Happiness, you hold G. Uyanda, do this with me. Unmute for me, my sweetie. Oh, wait, hopefully, Uyanda.
You take 2 to the other side.
Oh, I can't take 2 to the other side because it's not 2. It's 2x. What can I take to the other side though? What's sitting on its own without an x?
I think it's 2, ma'am. 2. 4y,
Mhm.
4y, 5.
4y, yes, 4y. So I can take 4y over to the other side. What I'm going to end up with, Uyanda, is 2x is equal to, finish the sum for me.
2x is equal to 4y plus 4y minus 2.
Okay, or 2
Oh, no,
minus,
ma'am,
because
I'm wrong. Because
Mhm.
when
Right,
4 gets
because
to that
when
side,
the
it
4y
changes
goes
to
over,
nine.
it becomes minus. So
Yes.
2 minus 4y. Are we in agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Now I want to get rid of this 2 in front of x. Don't go away. Unmute. Don't go away. All right. I want to get rid of this 2 that's multiplied to x. How do I get rid of the 2?
You divide by 2.
Good. I divide by 2. And if I divide by 2 on this side, where else do I need to divide by 2?
On the other side,
Right, on the other side as well. Right. Now these 2 will cancel. Therefore, x is equal to, what is x equal to?
x is equal to
2 minus 4y over
2.
2. That's it. But then again, I can still divide 2 by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is going to give us how much?
1.
Good. X is equal to 1. And then what about 4y divided by 2? What's that going to give
2.
us? Minus
Y.
2y.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. Do you see how my answer still has a y in it, but I have an answer for x. Therefore, x is equal to. You see how we did that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Try the next one with me on your own, okay? And then we're going to keep trying these. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Love, love, love you for trying. Okay, excellent. All right, guys, let's look at this next one over here. Imanga says, ma'am, how did you shift the 4 to the other side? Imanga, if I had 2x plus 3 is equal to 5. What would you do to this 3? You would take it over to the other side of the equal sign. Yes. Solve for x. Right. You would just take it over to the other side. So now I want x on its own. So I just took 4y and I took it over to the other side. That's all I did. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Whatever doesn't have an x goes to the other side. All right, I would like a volunteer to help me solve for this next one. I hope I'm going to get a hand. Anybody solve this question with me? Oh, Mivula, yay. All right, let's make x the subject of the formula, my sweetie. Don't put your hand down. Unmute for me. Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Maria.
Hi.
I know
Oh,
this
yeah.
isn't challenging you. Let me know what's the first thing we're going to do.
So we'll move the a to the other side.
Good. So it's gonna become,
Negative bx equals to c minus a.
that's it, is equal to c minus a, because my a is positive on this side, it goes to the other side, becomes minus. Good. What do I need to do next?
Now we say negative b. We put negative b by dividing.
Dividing by?
Negative b. Negative b.
Good. We divide by negative b. What we do on the left, we do on the right-hand side as well. Negative b divided by negative b will go away. What's my final answer?
Therefore, x equals c minus a over minus b.
Good. Over negative b. Well done. That's the answer I was looking for. It's so easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just need to do the operation. It's not that difficult. Well done, dude. Excellent stuff. All right. Do you guys see how we do this? Anything that doesn't have what I want needs to go to the other side. Okay. Here's the next one. Now, I want you guys to bear with me. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. And then Inganachi goes, way. Okay, relax. Okay. It's not that bad, guys. I promise. I promise. Okay. Before we do this one, let's do another one, a little bit of an easier one. Okay. Let's do this. X squared minus bx is equal to a. Right. Hold on, no. Let's do this. X minus bx is equal to a. Unfortunately, no brain break, guys. Okay. All right. Now, guys, let's treat this part. Let's treat this part over here as an HCF. Let's treat this whole part here as an HCF kind of factorization problem. Okay. If I had to treat it as an HCF problem, what is my highest common factor? What's my factor that's going to come out? Okay, Tiwa, that's it. I'm going to take X out. Okay. If I take X out, what do I have left inside my bracket? What do I have left inside my bracket, guys? Not just B. If I divide X by X, that's it. Oh, Joash, thank you so much. Don't forget that X divided by X will give me 1, and then negative BX divided by X will give me minus B. All of this is equal to A. All right. Now I want to isolate X. How do I get rid of 1 minus B? What do I need to divide by to get rid of minus B? Good, Courtney, you've got the right idea. If I want to get rid of 1 minus B, I must divide by 1 minus B. And if I divide by 1 minus B on this side, I must divide by 1 minus B on that side. Okay, 1 minus B divided by 1 minus B will give us 1. Therefore, X will be equal to A over 1 minus B. Deborah says, how did we get X out of the brackets? We took it out as a highest common factor. We took it out as an HCF, Deborah. Okay.